Is everything all right?
Oh, hello. Thank you for asking. I'm Cressida, by the way, and I'm afraid everything's not all right. I may be in a spot of trouble with the librarian. You see, I'm fond of creating my own charms. Thought I'd perfected my light as a feather charm to use on my library books. My arms get so tired carrying them around all day. But I must have confused the Latin word for feather with bird in my incantation, because when I opened my bag just now in the library, they literally took flight.
That sounds brilliant, actually.
Thank you. Somehow I don't think the librarian will see it that way. I'd collect the books and remove the charm myself, except this isn't the first time one of my charms has threatened the peace of the library. Our meet told Madame Scribner they were my books flying around, so she said that if I caused her any more trouble, she'd write to my parents. Perhaps you could get them for me. There are only 5. She won't be suspicious of a new student looking around.
Why did Army tell Madame Scribner that they were your books?
Oh, to be perfectly honest, I don't think he meant any harm. I think he was impressed, bragging on my behalf. Amit spends a lot of time gazing at the stars, but he knows a good charm when he sees one.
I suppose I could help, if I have the time.
Oh, I'd very much appreciate it. One of the books is my diary. I'd rather it not fall into the wrong hands. If you could collect them and bring them to me, I can remove the charm.
I'm going to have to use Accio to get to those books. Accio! Got it. Only 4 more to go.
Reading can be as magical as any spell. Why can't students see that?
That's the last book. Now to take them back to Cressida. Hello, Cressida. I collected your books, including your diary.
Oh, what a relief. Thank you. I'll happily take the heavy lot off your hands now.
Here you are.
Well, lesson learned. I certainly won't be practicing any charms in the library again anytime soon. Now, to work out where I went wrong. Perhaps I should start brushing up on my Latin. Thank goodness some people are trustworthy. Certainly wouldn't want anyone but me reading my diary.
Hello? Is something the matter?
Most decidedly, yes. My precious mooncalf Biscuit was abducted by poachers up north. Oh, the vicious brutes. I tried to fight back, but I was no match for them.
I'm sorry about your mooncalf, Mr.
Garnuff. Just Garnuff. I'm only one goblin. Not a particularly brave one at that. I have no chance against a pack of bloodthirsty poachers. Oh, my poor Biscuit. I can only hope she's able to escape.
Why do you suppose the poachers took Biscuit?
I have no idea. Mooncalf dung's highly valuable for fertilizing magical plants. But I cannot imagine poachers care much about gardening. Who knows what they'll do to her? She could be flogged, skinned, gutted and stuffed. I assume. Oh, Biscuit.
A mooncalf is an unusual pet. Why did you choose Biscuit?
She followed me one evening, wouldn't leave my side. Never thought I was one for a pet of any kind. Now I can't imagine life without her. Mooncalves are often thought of as silly, simple-minded creatures. But I've seen great depth of character in Biscuit. I wouldn't trade her for a hippogriff or a hippopotamus, or even a goose that lays golden eggs.
I'll keep an eye out for your mooncalf, Garniff.
How kind. If only all of Wizardkind was as gracious to goblins. If you do see her and can bring her safely home to me, I promise to reward you for your efforts. Do keep an eye out for her, and be careful out there. Poachers are an unscrupulous lot.
I should try and rescue Garniff's mooncalf. Sounds as if I'd need to head north to find those poachers.
He'll see it was a mistake.
Accio! I'd take up herbology. I could use some gold.
New instruments are expensive, you know. Chips in the hat, if you please. Very generous, thank you. This might be enough.
Incendio! Who lived here, I wonder? Accio! Levioso! Incendio!
to Upper Hogsfield. Charming hamlet. Don't tell the residents of Lower Hogsfield I said that.
Bardolph Beaumont should have returned by now, had by dark wizards he was.
Brownrock's loyalists are a menace. What can be done?
Poachers? Carniff was right then. I'd better be careful.
I swear there's something.
Levioso! Accio! Incendio!
Careful not to get I won't go down as easy.
Incendio! Levioso! Accio! Incendio!
Potato! Head in the clouds, this one! Help! You haven't got a prayer. Reducto!
Levioso! Confringo! Accio! Incendio! Depulso!
Potato! Confringo! Reducto!
Confringo!
Potato! Reducto. Thought you had me there.
You're not going.
Incendio!
Levioso! Accio! Incendio!
You won't escape from
Confringo!
this.
Depulso!
You've got
Levioso!
brains of a troll, you.
Accio! Incendio!
Potato!
Accio! Confringo! Potato! Accio! Incendio! Stupid one! Levioso! Depulso! Expelliarmus! Confringo! Aloha Mora. Now then, which one of you is Biscuit? Akio. No need to be difficult. I mean you no harm. All right, Biscuit. Let's get you back to Gotham, shall we?
Those goblins in my family worked in the mines at one time or other. Someone freak.
No! Levioso!
Stop! I'm afraid of heights!
Accio! Incendio! Too late for you to learn the error of your ways. Revelio. Let's see what's up your sleeve this time, Merlin. Incendio. Accio. Not so tricky after all, Merlin. Hello. Do you have anything for sale?
That I do, but what's a student like yourself doing out here? Got yourself lost, did you?
Just exploring the countryside a bit.
Aye. Nice to break the routine now and then. Bit of a wanderer myself, in fact. Name's Leopold Babcock, and I am indeed here to sell. Now, for someone like yourself who is also prone to wander, I cannot understate the importance of keeping some Wiggenweld potion on hand. I wouldn't dare set foot in a place like the Forbidden Forest without a steady supply. What do you say, my young friend? A measure of safety for the path ahead?
Something to consider. Thank you for your help, Mr. Babcock.
Aye, let me know if you see something you like.
What do you have for sale?
See if there's something you need. I shall hope to do business with you again. It's been a pleasure. It's been a pleasure. See if there's something you need. Thank you for your patronage. It's been a pleasure.
Levioso. Incendio. Confringo. Incendio. Levioso. Confringo. Confringo! Incendio! Accio! Levioso! Expelliarmus! Convulso!
What will I do without her?
Garneth, I've rescued Biscuit.
You have? Oh, is she hurt? Was she frightened? Are you all right?
Biscuit is fine, as am I. I was able to rescue her without much incident.
Oh, mercy. Where poachers are concerned, I tend to expect the worst. I cannot wait to get her home. I so miss seeing her dance in the evenings. Such joy.
I'm glad she's safe now. I'm sure she'll be happy to go home.
Oh, that is a great weight off my mind. Oh, my sweet little Biscuit, my wise, noble moon calf. And here is your reward, of course. Well deserved. As I said before, you have restored my faith in wizard kind. You've restored at least a modicum of my faith in wizard kind. Biscuit and I can't thank you enough.
Revelio. Revelio.
Glad you came.
I will say that I used to have our family elf about when I was younger.
Hello, Serona. I received your owl. How are you?
Hello, my friend. Did you ever find Lodgok?
I did, thank you. We had a good conversation. He sends you his best.
Glad to hear it. I shan't ask for details of your little chat, and I'll refrain from telling you to be careful yet again. But I hope you will be, whatever your plans.
Of course. Your owl mentioned you're needing my help with something?
I do. I thought you might be just the person to do a favour for my friend Dorothy Sprottle in Upper Hogsfield.
I don't believe I've met Mrs. Sprottle.
She's lovely. Her late husband Aidan was a friend of my father's. In fact, I'd stay with Dot and Aidan the summers I waited tables here as a student. I've seen her a few times since Aidan passed, but the pub's been so busy lately, I've not been as attentive as I'd have liked. I wonder if you might pop in and see her. She may need some help collecting ingredients for her supply of Wiggenweld potion. And you could retrieve something of mine in the process. A box, full of old letters and such.
Why does Mrs. Sprottle keep a supply of Wiggenweld potion on hand?
Dot's a skilled potioneer. She's been supplying travelling vendors with Wiggenweld potion. An ordinary precaution that has, unfortunately, become a necessity, what with Ranrock's loyalists disrupting the trade routes.
Why did Mr. and Mrs. Sprottle have your box of letters after all this time?
It's one of a few that I had when I was young. Dot found it when she was clearing out a closet. Can't imagine what's in there. Probably terribly theatrical. The ramblings of a teenage witch and her friends. You're welcome to take a peek inside, if you do find it. To be honest, I'd imagine it contains some lovely memories.
I'll try to go and see her when I can.
It would mean the world to me, and to Dorothy. Aidan was bringing the box of letters to me when he was taken ill. Dot can tell you where he might have dropped it. You'll find the hamlet just north of Hogsmeade. Please do give Dot my love.
Revelio. Upper Hogsfield.
Shane Bardolph thought dark magic was the answer. I reckon Rookwood's played a hand in his disappearance.
Hello, Mrs. Sprottle. Actually, Sirona Ryan asked if I'd come and see you.
Oh, dear Sirona, a gem. Has been for as long as I've known her.
She thought you might need help collecting ingredients for your Wiggenweld potion.
And she's correct. My darling Aidan used to collect hawk lumps for me. Since he died, my supply has dwindled.
I'm sorry for your loss, Mrs. Sprottle.
Oh, thank you. Love of my life. A bit lost without him. If you wouldn't mind gathering some hawk lumps for me, I'd be happy to compensate you for your time.
I can certainly try and find some for you.
That would be wonderful. I'm worried about the travelling vendors and would love to get them more Wiggenweld potion.
Sirona also mentioned that Mr. Sprottle was bringing her a box of letters when he fell ill.
Indeed he was. I'd almost forgotten. I stumbled upon it just before Aidan died. He was hoping to go through it with Sirona over a butterbeer or two. Those two were always like two bowtruckles in a branch. Aidan took ill when he was collecting hawk lumps on his way to see her. He made it home, but I fear he dropped the box in the cavern. The cavern is in the hills just southwest of our hamlet. You can gather hawk lumps and collect the box of letters there.
Sirona said she lived with you during the summers when she was at Hogwarts. What was she like?
Goodness. Well, she was almost exactly like she is now. Charming, good head on her shoulders, taking care of everyone. I can't tell you the fun we had when she and her friends would visit us during the year, all buzzing about, practicing charms. Talented group. Her friend Mirabelle was a genius in the garden. Learned it all from her muggle parents, if you can believe it.
Do you remember anything about the letters you put in the box?
Oh, of course. A few letters from some of her school friends. Some nice memories. I even included a letter Sirona had written to me when she was staying with us. Thought she might enjoy reading it. I know when I read writing from my youth, I'm always astonished at how much I've changed, and yet remain the same.
Thank you, Mrs. Sprottle.
Thank you. I'll be here if you are able to collect those hawk lumps. I, and the vendors I help, would greatly appreciate it. Bardolph Beaumont should have returned by now. Had by dark wizards he was.
This must be the cavern Mrs. Sprottle mentioned.
The Ministry ought to loosen the reins on the...
Better have a look around, see if I can find that box of letters. That's at least one hawk lump. Getting there. Just a few more hawk lumps to harvest. Confringo. Either I'll have to fight that troll, or avoid it altogether. Almost there. One more hawk lump to harvest. That's all the hawk lumps for now. Mrs. Sprottle should be pleased. Lumos. I think that's everything. Sirona. This must be Sirona's box of letters. I should find Mrs. Sprottle. She'll be glad to get these hawk lumps. Accio! Here's one of those tables Professor Shah mentioned. Revelio.
Shane Bardolph thought dark magic was the answer. I reckon Rookwood's played a hand in his disappearance.
Excuse me, did you say something about Bardolph Beaumont?
Oh, hello again. How nice to see you. And yes, I did. I was just worrying about Claire Beaumont's brother Bardolph, only he's gone missing. Rumour is he was seen in the forest practicing dark magic. Saw him myself near some ruins with Rookwood's lot, I did. I fear he got himself into trouble with the Ashwinders, especially if he made them a promise he couldn't keep. I'd help search for him myself, but no one will risk encountering Ranrock's loyalists. They seem to be everywhere.
Why would Bardolph want to get involved with the Ashwinders?
Oh, he had a terrible run-in with Ranrock's loyalists. Changed him. He vowed never to feel powerless again. I think he sought the Ashwinders out to learn their secrets. Victor Rookwood, at least, seems somehow immune to Ranrock's loyalists.
Do you think Bardolph may have simply run off?
No. Bardolph's run that shop with Claire his entire life. He'd not give it up for anything. He swore he'd be back in a fortnight. My instincts are that he's been held captive, or worse.
I can certainly look out for him.
Any help would be appreciated. You might speak to Claire first. Perhaps she has some insights that I don't. I can tell you that Bardolph was last seen in the forest wearing a particular woolen jumper, one that Claire knitted herself. Claire will be at her shop if you'd like to speak with her.
Hello, Mrs. Sprottle. I have good news. I was able to harvest some hawk lumps for you, and I found Sirona's box of letters.
Oh, thank you. How wonderful. The travelling vendors will be thrilled to replenish their stock of Wiggenweld potion. And Sirona will be delighted to have those letters. How kind of you. Now you be careful heading back to Hogsmeade.
I should take this box of letters to Sirona. She'll be glad to have it back. This could prove dangerous if I'm not careful. Incendio! I'm not sure whether Beaumont would want to know what really happened to him. Revelio. Accio. Accio. I'll look after you. Revelio.
It's been ages since I've found anything worth poaching near Crackpot. Betting on the dragon fights was the best decision I've made yet. Be off to the tavern after this. Oh, too hard.
Confringo. Accio.
If I am
Incendio. know a Merlin trial when I see one.
Revelio. Confringo. Accio. Incendio. Accio. Levioso. Accio. Confringo. Revelio. Revelio. Depulso. Accio. Incendio. Accio. Confringo. Incendio. Depulso. Expelliarmus. Confringo. Levioso. Accio.
I've always said that travel broadens the mind.
Tell you what.
I do hope my brother is all right.
You know?
Madame Beaumont, I believe I have some news of your brother.
Bardolph? What do you know of my brother?
I regret to say that Bardolph had been turned into an Inferius, and I had to kill him.
What? But how could you possibly think that an Inferius was my brother Bardolph? That's absurd!
He was wearing a woolen jumper, hand-knitted.
No. This can't be.
I'm truly sorry. I wish it had been better news. I wish you well, Madame Beaumont.
What more could I have done? Oh, Bardolph! Bardolph. My dear, dear brother.
I couldn't help but overhear. Did you mention Ranrock's loyalists?
I did. My apologies. I've not been myself since we last met. Ranrock and his followers have set up camp here. No regard for our beloved hamlet or our livelihoods. Ruthless. It's Ranrock I have to thank for losing Bardolph. If only I could somehow rid our hamlet of these monsters. I'm simply at my wit's end.
You said Ranrock's loyalists have set up camp here. Where, precisely?
To the south, across the river. Last I heard, there were several loyalists in each camp. I won't go near them.
Why don't you simply leave the area for now?
Upper Hogsfield is my home. Bardolph and I grew up here. I can't believe he's never coming home. Part of me wants to avenge the loss of my brother, whilst another part of me simply wants to hide.
I'm unfortunately quite familiar with Ranrock's loyalists. Perhaps I can do something.
Much as I would love to be rid of them, I wouldn't want you to risk injury, or worse. Please be cautious. We should not have to live in fear. This is our home.
Revelio. Alohomora. It seems as though things are getting worse. Best be on my guard. Alohomora. What do we have here? A demiguise. Accio. Levioso. Incendio. Depulso. Expelliarmus. Confringo. Revelio.
Revelio.
How nice of you to stop by. I deserve
One of Ranrock's camps, exactly as Madame Beaumont described.
Wizards are running scared, as they should be. Wizards are running scared, as they should be. Wizards are running scared, as they should be. I didn't touch your helm, but thank you for making me the first object of your suspicions. I know who my friends are now, don't I? Expelliarmus! How nice of you! Expelliarmus! Accio! Expelliarmus! Confringo! Incendio! No! Such. Over here! Such. Expelliarmus! Incendio! I won't rest until you're... Expelliarmus! Levioso! Accio! Confringo! Incendio! I won't rest until dead. Accio! Incendio! Expect... Incendio! Accio! stop avoiding me?
Levioso!
One camp down, one more to go.
Revelio!
Shut up. Enjoy suffering. No.
Incendio. Levioso. Here.
Oh. Oh, this is sad.
Potato.
Why? Drag this out longer than necessary.
A castle. Must have been quite...
Lucky, that's all.
Stupid.
That was ridiculous. When are you going to give up?
Potato. Stupid. Levioso. Incendio.
How nice of you to stop by. One less human to worry about. You will.
Incendio. Confringo. Incendio.
I won't rest until...
Potato.
Get accustomed to that.
Levioso. Confringo. Expelliarmus. Accio. Levioso. Confringo. Accio. Expelliarmus. Your blood's on Ranrock's hands.
Both camps cleared. Alan Beaumont will be glad to hear that.
Revelio. Revelio. Confringo.
remember you. Your generosity helped me afford this rather exotic snake contraption. Very Salazar, isn't it? You are most kind. Could be
appreciate what you went through to find my brother. Thank you.
Hello, Madam Beaumont. Good news. I was able to clear out Ranrock's camps.
You cleared them out? How?
I managed to catch them off guard.
Oh, I wish my brother could have done what you did. Perhaps he'd still be with me now. I'm especially grateful. You did, for Bardolph, what I could not. You saved our hamlet, my young friend. This will not be forgotten. I fear for other hamlets, truly. Ranrock and his lot are unlike any goblins I've ever seen.
What do you have for sale?
What are you looking? Thank you. Sincere, I do appreciate what you went through to find my brother. Thank you. Oh, you like that? A fine choice. Oh, hello. I can't get over what happened to Bardolph. I do appreciate what you went through to find my brother. Thank you. Marvellous. I could always use more of these. Thank you for passing through. I do appreciate what you went through to find my brother. Thank you. I do appreciate what you went through to find my brother. Thank you.
It seems we may have an intruder in our midst.
Hello, Serona. I have good news. I was able to provide your friend Mrs. Sprottle with some hawk clumps for her Wiggenweld potion, and I found your box of letters.
Oh, thank you. I knew you were the one to ask.
I wondered about some of the letters in the box.
Of course. It appears most of the letters were from fellow students.
One of the letters mentions Quidditch practice. Did you play?
I did. Was the Ravenclaw Seeker for 3 years. Oh, Merlin's beard. I adore Quidditch. Nothing like the feeling of catching the golden snitch when your team's down by 140 points. I'll never forgive Professor Black for cancelling it this year. I missed cheering for Ravenclaw.
I saw a letter from someone named Mirabelle. Is that Professor Garlick?
It is. Still one of my dearest friends. I know she wouldn't mind you having seen that letter. She and I are of a similar mind, especially when it comes to young people. We believe experience to be an invaluable teacher. To borrow a phrase from Mirabelle, it's a joy to see anyone blossom, but particularly one who doubted they ever would.
I spotted a letter from you to Mrs. Sprottle. You two seem to have a lot of fun together.
We do. She taught me so much during my summers with her and Aidan. I shall be the first to admit that adolescents aren't always the easiest to understand, and not everyone was as kind to me as the Sprottles. But the depth of their kindness, and that of so many of my friends, got me through some challenging times, to put it mildly.
I'm glad I could be of help. Mrs. Sprottle sends her best.
Don't know what I'd have done without her and Aidan. Thank you, again, for helping her, and for returning this box of letters. It's nice to reflect on good memories. I'll say it again. Can't thank you enough for helping to save the village from those trolls.
You'll not cast successfully if you don't first see it happen in your own mind.
Revelio!
I'd imagine he was organising spellcraft for some of the new students.
I try not to just betray us that he sometimes roll about and black
I'll fix him, that charm grinder.
Sir, is everything all right?
How kind of you to ask. The name's Ackley Barnes, and no, it is not. I'm plotting a sort of revenge against my ex-business partner, a conniving fiend by the name of Alfred Lawley. He cut me out of our herbology supply business just as we were getting started. Said I was too volatile to work with. I'll show him volatile.
That must have been frustrating for you.
Yes, it was. Terribly. I'm simply passionate about my work. Supercilious fool. He's passionate about things too, as I intend to remind him by relieving him of his prized possession. A venomous tentacula he's grown from a seedling that was to be the keystone of our business venture. I can't get anywhere near it with Ruth Singer watching me like an augury. Lawley's doing, no doubt. But no one would suspect a student. How would you feel about committing some grand plant larceny?
You said Mr. Lawley was your ex-business partner. What were you working on?
I had an idea to train venomous tentacula, create guard plants, if you will, that attacked when ordered. We hit a snag when one ate Lawley's Kneasel. After that, he cut me out of the business, the short-sighted fiend.
Why do you need Mr. Lawley's venomous tentacula in particular?
Simple. If I have it, then Lawley doesn't. Ergo, I can launch my business, and he must start all over again. I'm killing two snidgets with one stone.
What else is in Mr. Lawley's cellar?
All of Lawley's herbology supplies. He has quite the collection. Fill your pockets while you're there. Or to slow him down for a bit, and I can get my business going minus any competition.
I'll get the venomous tentacula for you.
Marvelous. I know a fellow seeker of justice when I see one. Take as many herbology supplies as you like while you're in his cellar. All I ask is that you bring me the venomous tentacula. Remember, I just need that venomous tentacula.
Seems I need to find Mr. Lawley's cellar. This must be it. This must be the cellar. Now to find that venomous tentacula. Better not let Mr. Lawley see me.
What could be?
Stop! Stop, bandit!
Levioso.
Better not let Mr. Lawley see me. Hello, Hamora. Where is that venomous tentacula? Revelio. Now that I have the venomous tentacula, I should return to Mr. Barnes.
Completed that errand for me yet?
Hello, Mr. Barnes. I have that venomous tentacula.
Wish I could see Lawley's face when he realizes his prized possession is gone. We'll see who's volatile now. Well done. I'll take it off your hands now.
Of course. Glad to hand it over, frankly.
I shall make an ocean of galleons, and Lawley's business will be sunk. Here's a little something for your next trip to Zonko's. Oh, to see the look on Lawley's face the next time he wanders down to his cellar.
To finally have an answer as to why that portrait was empty.
Adelaide Oaks, isn't it? I received your owl.
Yes, I'm Adelaide Oaks. Oh dear. You see, my Uncle Roland is a metal trader who's quite well known in the goblin community. He normally sends me owls every week when he's on his business travels. In his last owl, he alluded to dealings with those radical goblins, Ranrock's loyalists. It's been ages since that owl and I'm worried. What with the troll attack on Hogsmeade and the rumours that goblins may have been involved, well, I'm fearing the worst. Should I be worried about my uncle, or am I overthinking this?
I think you're right to be concerned, Adelaide. Your uncle may be in trouble.
You're much more understanding than Professor Weasley. She heard I was going to look for him and forbade me from leaving the grounds. She's convinced he can handle himself, but I can't concentrate on anything until I know he's all right. Could you try to find out for me? From what I hear, you're almost as adventurous as Uncle Roland.
Has your uncle traded with many goblins?
Yes, for ages. Even speaks gobbledygook. But he only recently mentioned Ranrock's lot, insisting the galleons were worth the risk. He does it for me. Between robes and supplies, attending Hogwarts costs a fair sickle. And besides that, Uncle Roland has expensive taste. He's sacrificed so much for me over the years. I promised him that as soon as I finish Hogwarts, I shall be the one taking care of him.
I take it you and your uncle are close?
We are. My mother died when I was born, and I lost my father when I was 5. Uncle Roland's looked after me for as long as I can remember. He knows I get anxious when he travels, and that's why he sends me all the owls, to let me know that he's all right.
I'll try and look into it for you, Adelaide.
Thank you. He's very thorough in his record keeping, notes all his trades in a journal, makes maps. In fact, in his last owl, he drew me a map of his next stop. He'd planned to set up camp north of here. I do hope you're able to find out where he is. Thank you again for any help you can provide. Oh, Uncle Roland, what have you got yourself into?
I hope Adelaide's Uncle Roland is all right. She seems very worried. Adelaide mentioned her uncle's camp may be near Brockborough, past the river. This be Mr. Oakes' campsite? Ranrock's loyalists, just ahead. Should I take them by force or be discreet?
Yeah, another human? You haven't had mushroom stew like what my mother used to make. Oh, like heads of lettuce, those mushrooms were. spells.
Accio. Incendio. Accio. Incendio.
This is funny!
Confringo. Incendio.
Now to find out what happened here.
Revelio.
Adelaide said that her uncle kept notes of his trades, maps. Perhaps these landmarks will lead me to him. Mr. Oakes' trade journal.
Confringo.
This looks intriguing.
Lumos.
A rock formation. That's the first landmark on this map. Now to find the crooked tree.
It's been ages since I've found anything worth poaching near Crackcroft. Come out before I find you.
These rocks have seen better days.
Seems quiet. Too quiet.
Confringo!
Goblin, I know it.
What do we have here?
It was nothing.
Trouble's brewing and I'm without my friends. I may have more luck higher up in the keep. A ladder. That's what I need.
It won't be long now before we find another repository.
Petrificus totalis.
Who is it? Why am I always on the roll? It's a waste of my skills.
This is the spot on the map. I'd best have my wits about me. What went went on here, I wonder?
Damn yourself! If your little moon girl far from home.
Accio!
Levioso! Incendio! Protego!
Stupefy!
Revelio! Lumos!
What will we find in here?
This area's a waste of my time. It's punishment to us all to have that miserable human around.
Aloha Mora. Petrificus totalis. It looks as though Adelaide's instincts were spot on. Petrificus totalis.
How nice of you to stop by.
Incendio!
I won't rest.
Levioso!
A human's word is worthless. This prisoner owes us the metal we were promised. Terribly outmatched.
Incendio!
Boiler door. How to open it? Incendio. Levioso. Incendio. Confringo.
I won't rest until you...
Accio. Levioso.
Someone's taken out!
I shall avenge your death. This will not go well for you.
Accio. Levioso. You've one less follower, Ranrock. Revelio. Confringo. Revelio. Confringo. Revelio.
One of the best meals I've ever eaten.
Confringo. Accio. Incendio. Levioso. Confringo. Confringo.
I won't rest.
Incendio.
Get away! One less human to worry about. Never seen anything like
Levioso. Levioso.
Return me to the ground.
Incendio.
It's not quick enough.
Levioso.
Hot blade down.
Accio.
That was meant for me. Not quite.
Accio.
Leviosa! Accio! A miss! Confringo! Much too late. Ace Leviosa! Revelio.
This must be Mr. Oakes's wand. Perhaps now he can set himself free.
Revelio. Worked out. Confringo! Leviosa! Accio! Confringo! Expelliarmus! Depulso! Incendio! Accio! Confringo! I won't rest! Leviosa! Expelliarmus!
Hello? Mr. Oakes?
Yes, I'm here. They've taken my wand. This cell has an enchanted lock. I have experience with these locks, but I need my wand if I have any chance of opening it. Look for a boiler door. I've heard them speak of it.
Fortunately, I've already found your wand, Mr. Oakes.
Please, pass me my wand. I can't get out of this damn cell without it. It's my last hope. Please. stole my wand and... Wait, you're a student? Oh, we must get you to safety immediately. It's dangerous.
It's all right, Mr. Oakes. I've dealt with these goblins before.
Dear Merlin, you're either very lucky or very talented. Well, how did you find me?
I'm a friend of Adelaide's. She was worried about your business with Ranrock's loyalists.
Oh, she was right to be. I couldn't go through with the agreement, and when I told them, I ended up blindfolded and behind bars. Been locked in that infernal cell for so long, they'd forgot I was even there. I overheard things. If only I could reward you for what you've done. Blasted goblins stole every Knut on me. All I can say is thank you, truly.
You mentioned you overheard things.
Sad tale, really. I think I know where Ranrock's unfortunate vendetta against wizardkind began. Although dragon breeding was outlawed by the Warlocks Convention of 1709, Ranrock stumbled upon an illegal dragon camp. He was young, found the creatures fascinating. He'd visit the camp in secret whenever he could, never making his presence known. After weeks of sly surveillance, he finally summoned the courage to speak to the wizard in charge. Ranrock wanted to join them, and the creatures. The wizard happened to drop his wand. Ranrock saw an opportunity. He picked it up, went to hand it back as a means of introducing himself. The sight of a goblin with a wand sent the wizard into an instant rage. He beat Ranrock nearly to death. Ever since, Ranrock has despised wizardkind, sees us all as cruel.
Am I right that you speak gobbledygook?
Unbeknownst to Ranrock's fiends, I do. I've always had an affinity for goblin culture. Knew I wanted to be a metal trader ever since I was a lad. It wasn't easy learning the language. It's complex, and my memory's as weak as my knees these days. But after decades working with fine goblin folk, I grew fairly proficient. At least, I'd like to think so.
I'm grateful I was able to help you, Mr. Oakes. Adelaide thinks the world of you.
Oh, and I her. She's become quite savvy to my trading habits, always analyzing my detailed owls. If only I hadn't resorted to trading with such fiends. A lesson I shan't soon forget. Having my wand back is like being reunited with an old friend. I must return home and inform Adelaide of my safety. Will you be all right?
I'll be fine, Mr. Oakes. You get back to Adelaide. I assure you, her worries outweigh yours.
Oh, I'm anxious to see my dear niece. And then I plan to travel far from here for my next round of trading. Thank you. May life reward you justly for your deeds. Be well, my friend.
Mr. Oakes was lucky. Ranrock's lot would never have freed him.
I've never seen a sword like it.
This castle's perhaps not the best place to be caught alone.
Insane.
Confringo. Incendio. Confringo. Expelliarmus. Repulsor. Confringo. Incendio. Confringo. Incendio. Levioso. Confringo. Expelliarmus. Levioso. Confringo. Confringo. Not the best place for an unaccompanied student. Glad I was never locked up here. Confringo. You can't. Accio. Levioso. I've been fighting since before you were born. Levioso. Accio. Stupefy. Revelio.
Do with a nice mushroom stew about now. Nice try.
Levioso. Accio. Incendio. You only have Ranrock to blame. Revelio. Trouble's brewing and I'm without my friends.